Hi and welcome back to Kitchen Wargamers and back to my kitchen. Well, as you can see in front of me, I've got the infamous or famous King Tiger tank, or as it was known, the Tiger II. This tank was a beast and probably one of my favourite tanks of the war. It was built later on in the war. Two companies actually put in plans and put in, to see who could get to build it. One was Henkel or Henschel, and the other one was Porsche. Now, because of all the bombings and that, I believe that led to a lot of shortages. They actually competed, and it was eventually came up to who could get stuff done first. The body of the tank, if I believe correctly, is Henschel or Hansel, and the two turrets. Actually, Porsche had their turrets ready for production. So Porsche had their turrets fitted first, and then later along came the Henschel's turret, and they put it onto the main body. In the background there's the Porsche turret. Now, I do believe, if I'm correct, just going back through memory, that there was a problem with the Porsche turret as it sloped round the front. I think it tended to glide, if there was a head-on hit with an enemy shell, it glanced down in between the turret and the hull. And obviously that's a big problem. So the Henkel one had a more flat front. So if a shell hit it, bang, it'll just hit there. And obviously with the heavy armour on it, it wasn't too much for them to worry about. The gun itself, that could take out an enemy tank's front armour, which we all know is the thickest armour, from up to 1.5 miles away. Fantastic. So this is going to be a two-part video. I'm just going to show you around the model, and then I'm going to build it and show what you made. And then the second part is going to be going to show you how I paint my tanks for bolt action. Okay, let's just put the box. I've emptied it already. Okay, in the box, and I think these are fantastic. They come with these little cards, and basically, I don't know if you can see it properly, it gives you the points. As you can see, it's a very expensive tank in bolt action, 555 points. So wow, you got to have, you could have a full army of infantry for that lot. But yeah, I am going to use it one day, even if I lose the game in the first go, as long as I can see this tank in action. On the back of it, the special rules, like you got the Tiger Fear, and also the weapons and all the stats for it as well. So these cards I've noticed in a few of the tanks I bought. Yeah, they're brilliant. I wish they did it for the infantry as well. So if you bought Grenadiers, you get like the option cards for regular elite or whatever they are, and then like all the weapon stats and how the units put together. That would be fantastic. Okay, next up we have the transfers. Not knowing what I'm going to use yet on it, but they're all for Pacific units historically. But yeah, I'll look into this more when I come to put the transfers on. Okay, the instruction book. It does have, these instruction books are fantastic from bolt action. They have a brief history about the vehicle, and also like its stats, its power plant, its range, its armour and all that kind of stuff. And the instructions themselves inside are all numbered out, very easy to follow, as you can see. And then this is the Porsche turret, so you can make it as the Porsche turret if you wanted to, and that's how it looks on the tank. To me a bit, I don't know if it's something to do with the image or anything like that, but the tank commander looks really big on top of there, and these things were huge. But hey ho, it's a game and it represents the tank, so that's all that matters. And on the other side we've got the Henschel or Henkel turret. As you can see, that blocky front, to stop that any glances to lodge underneath the turret. and that's how you build that turret. And on the back again, showing you the final stages. And then these painting guides are brilliant. So you got the one with the Porsche turret there, showing you a Pacific battalion. And on the back is a handshell. Sorry about my pronunciations again. Turret, and again that's quite a good paint scheme. And down there, so plenty to think about, and like I say, really good. You keep these after you made the model, you know, just for a referencing. Okay, there are 3 sprues. So on this one you can see the lower hull, the skirts that go along the side, the 2 barrel platforms for the different turrets, and the tracks, and the option there to have an MMG on the top. I always think it's you have to pay extra for it. I always think it's good, especially if you know that your opponent's got the air observer, so you can actually use it as an anti-aircraft weapon when he comes onto the table for his attack. Like I say, it's a few more points to the vehicle, but you know, if you know he's bringing that aircraft, then definitely get those. Okay, second sprue, you got the top half of the hull and the side skirts again with towing cables on, the suspension and wheels, and there's the commander. Again, he looks pretty big to me, but hey ho, who cares about that? We're getting this on the table to play. Okay, and the last sprue is the different turrets. Don't exactly know which one's which yet, but you've got the Henschel and the Porsche turrets, and all the different components to make up those 2 turrets. And the guns there, you got 2. So I'm not quite sure if you can actually make both. Maybe, you know, as the game goes on, or you play different games, you could basically swap the turrets round to see which one you like the best. Which I'm thinking it's pretty sure that, because you've got 2 sides, the 2 barrels. Yeah, so it's looking like you can make both turrets. So that's a good thing. I know one of the Russian vehicles that I made a bit back before I started filming, that had 2 turret options as well, which is quite good. So you can swap it out to be like the heavy howitzer or the anti-tank gun on it. Just can't remember the name of it at the moment, but yeah, that's a good option. Okay, so that's the brief intro into that. Next, I'm going to go away and build it, and I'll show you all made up, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So give us a while, I'll build this up, and I'll see you again soon. So welcome back, guys. I've finished making the King Tiger, as you can see, with the 2 turrets. Yeah, it's quite a good easy build. I've also put, I don't know if you can pick it up, some battle damage on there as well. There on the front and on the back, on the side, the other side as well. So that's it. Yeah, good build. I did come across a couple of problems with the vehicle. One of them which being you could make both turrets. So I've got the Henschel turret on at the moment, and I also made the Porsche turret. But the thing what I found was when you make up the 2, just will that go in focus? When you make up the other 2 variants, like this Porsche one, if you notice there's bits and pieces missing, and that's because it has to be used on this one. So there's no rail for the MG mount here, because it's used on this one, and there is only one MMG, and the insides for here, that you can move the turret up and down, the main gun up and down, that's been used on the Henschel turret. So, but in gaming terms, it doesn't matter. It still represents a Porsche turret. So, you know, you can flip between the two. So yeah, that's the final build. Another problem I came across when it comes to the painting guide, if you notice it says Porsche turret there at the top, but the actual turret it's showing is the Henschel. And the same again, I thought that was the only mistake, and the same again if you turn that round. Henschel turret, and as you can see it's the Porsche turret. But apart from that, that's by the by really. But yeah, enjoyed making it. It was soon done. One thing I love about bolt action vehicles is the wheels. Like years and years ago when I was a young lad and I used to make model tanks, you had to put these wheels on individually. But as you know, if you've ever made them before, they're already on there. There's just the front and sometimes the back wheels that you have to put on. But that's just simply glue and push to. So yeah, I did talk about one of the Russian vehicles and I couldn't remember the name. It's the KV-1. That comes with two turrets, two complete turrets. So you can make the two different variants. I'll just show you on these fantastic cards, like I said before, that come with it. So as you can see, this one's got the smaller turret. That's basically an anti-tank gun. So it's the a medium anti-tank gun on top of there. Plus it's a heavy tank as well. And then to swap that round, if you wanted it in a different role, it comes with the howitzer. And that is a heavy howitzer on the top. Now I know from history, when the Germans were invading Russia, they bumped into this tank, and reports are, from what I've seen, was a couple of German Panzer IIIs, I think they were, came up, saw it, yeah, we'll take that out. A few shots later, they hadn't done nothing to it, and this thing turned around and just took them out. So I think this was what led to the development of bigger anti-tank weapons on the German tanks. So like the Panther with its 88 came into force because they started to struggle with stuff they thought the Russians didn't have. So yeah, so this Russian KV-2 tank, sorry, it's a KV-2, that's a variant, and the other one is the KV-1. But these turrets are in the same model kit, so you can swap from game to game, which is quite good. But oops, just knocked something over. But like I say, with this one, you haven't got all the bits to fully build up. But hey ho, like I say, it's a game, and like I said in my introduction to this channel, it doesn't matter if you miss bits off or got bits missing, because yeah, I've said it about 3-4 times now. It's a model that represents something on the tabletop. So that's it, guys, for this part 1. Part 2 is going to be me actually painting it. I don't know when I'm going to get around to do it because I've got so many projects on at the moment for you guys to watch. But as soon as I do, I'll show you how I go about painting vehicles. Now, the colour scheme I was thinking of for this, I haven't got anything to do with winter wargaming. So what I was thinking of doing is putting together a small force for either, so they can play in either Russia during the winter or like the Ardennes offensive, the Battle of the Bulge. So I'm going to be looking at probably doing this one in the winter white snow theme. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that. And yeah, thanks again for watching and popping over to us. And I'd like to thank all the people who've subscribed to this channel. If you haven't done so already, please do. And I'll see you in the next one. And remember, make it, paint it and play it. See you again soon, guys. Bye.